Hello, Past Alan. Here's a fun thing about you and me. We have ADHD. You kind of know this. We have suspicions, but you're working towards getting that diagnosed. But I have been diagnosed, which means I have medication to help work with it. Now, the medication that I have, they're stimulants. And I'm not supposed to take them every single day because if I do that, then I build up a tolerance and that means they're not effective. ADHD, in my experience, for me, it increases the activation energy required for me to start something and to work on it. But it does then allow me to, hyper-focus on one thing and then not be productive. And so using my ADHD meds, because I'm not supposed to take them every day, I take them when I need to be productive for university and for academic reasons and such like that. I have never used them on a day where I have the intention to be creative. And I don't know exactly how that would turn out. So what I'm doing today is the productivity and the things that I want to get done are just being creative. I want to do stuff that I find fulfilling that isn't related to academia at all. And so that's what I'm going to be doing now. And we're just going to see how the day goes. We'll see what I get done. I don't have a specific plan. I don't have a schedule. So yeah, let's see how this pans out. So, I've been doing some reading more and told you about the film. This is the other box camera that I have, and this uses Kodak 620 format film rather than the still in production 120 format film. Now, the problem with 120 format film, or rather, the problem with 620 format film is that was discontinued 27 years ago. This camera, which wasn't made by Kodak, doesn't use Kodak's proprietary 620 film format. And so I can still buy 120 film format, and I've been shooting on this a fair bit, and I'm actually going to develop the film next. But, I've actually learned that the spool for 620 format and the spool for 120 format are actually really close. It's just that 620 format is marginally smaller than 120 format. You'll notice that the thickness of the spool on the inside is narrower in 620 format than it is for 120 format. That's not really a problem. What is a problem, however, is that the end caps are slightly larger and slightly thicker, which means that if I load the 620 format film in here, that spins fine. But if I load the one that I can still get, the modern 120 format film, that's just straight stuck in there. So if I try and twist the film to go to the next photo, it's just going to get stuck. That does, however, mean that I can potentially file this down into being a spool that I could load into this, which would make it usable, which is interesting because this camera is significantly older than the other box camera. But regardless of that, an even easier way of getting around this though would be to find another one of these, which in theory shouldn't be too difficult because it's literally just a spool. But that would mean that I could, in a dark bag, spool film from a modern 120 format onto one of these, and then I'd be able to just load it with 620 film, because the film itself is it's the same thickness. It would be able to work in there just fine. Like, it's not, I don't have to trim the film at all. So that's an interesting find. mostly shit. Couple of cool frames. Unfortunate, but now I gotta dry them.